Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another nail video. I'm finally somewhat settled into my new space, so I'm happy to be back filming nail content. And if you know me, you know that I am obsessed with press-on nails. So in this video, I will be showing you how to make your own press-on nails step by step. There's no need to be spending $100, even $200 on nails anymore, because you can do them yourself and it's so easy. Your initial investment in the products could be probably like $100, probably less, and you'll have enough to make multiple sets of nails. Also, press-on nails can be reusable if they're taken off correctly, and if you're using quality materials and you have like durable press-on nails. Like these aren't going anywhere. These are like acrylic. They feel and sound like acrylic, and I can keep these on for like 2 to 3 weeks or longer. And this is the design that I went with for this set. I was really trying to use some fall colors, keep it like dark and moody, but I could not help myself with the pink flowers. Here is another look at them. I actually really love them. I just haven't had nails on for like 2-3 months now, so it feels weird. I'm just like clickety clacking everywhere. But let's just get into the video. Before we do though, if you are new here, make sure that you subscribe if you like what you see, and also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. My nails are actually disgusting right now. I don't even remember the last time I did cuticle care. It probably was in September. So let's do some press-on nails and clean this mess up. I'm going to be using these almond medium nail tips from Gelfully. I've been loving these on like my recent press-on nail sets, so these have been just like my go-to lately. But I'm going to size out my nail tips, and I'm also going to try to push back my cuticles a little bit to make sure I get the perfect fit, because I'm telling you, my cuticles are super overgrown. I'm definitely going to have to do some cuticle care before I apply these. Now that I have my nail tips picked out, I'm going to go ahead and prep the nail tips. First, I'm going to be using a regular nail file. This is a 100/180 grit nail file, and I just gently file around the nail tip. Most nail tips will come with that little tiny piece that you want to file off, but honestly, these are shaped really nicely, so I don't do a lot of reshaping when it comes to press-on nails. Also, I think if you file too much of the nail to like really change the shape of it, it can mess up the structure and balance of the nail itself. So for instance, if you have like medium nail tips but you're filing them down so they can be short, it might just be better to get the actual short nail tips, you know what I mean? So anyway, just gonna file these until they're smooth. My thumb looks disgusting because I got a cut and then it keeps like reopening. Next, I will be using my e-file with a medium grit sanding band. I'm just going to use this to remove the shine from the nail. Also, you don't have to use an e-file. You can just use a buffer or maybe even a hand file. Okay, now it's time for the fun part, the nail design. I actually got these new polishes sent to me from the brand Nail Reserve, one of my favorite gel polish brands. I also got these two black and white gel liners. I actually picked this color scheme out thinking it'd be a good little combo for a fall nail design, but I'm struggling trying to come up with something right now. But here are what the polishes look like outside of the bottle. This one is called Take a Sip, and I thought this was like a pretty cranberry color. It seems a little brighter than what I expected, but super pretty. And then we have Dragon Claw. This is like a really deep olive green. We have the color Freedom, which is a really pretty holiday blue. I feel like people always discredit blue as a holiday color, but like a nice deep royal blue like this is so pretty for the holidays. Like imagine this with like some gold. This color is called Candy. It's kind of like a muted lilac or lavender color, almost like a dusty lavender, but super pretty as well. And then we have the color Moonlit Glow, which is a glitter polish. This was kind of like a wild card for me, so we'll see how I can incorporate that, if I do at all. And then of course we just have our black and white gel liners. These are new to Nail Reserve, I believe. They recently added these little liner polishes. They're really helpful if you're somebody who likes to do a lot of nail designs. And if you guys aren't interested in any of the Nail Reserve polishes, they have a ton of more colors on their website. I do have a 50% off coupon code. I'll put it right here on the screen. It's just my name, but you can use this when you purchase a minimum of 2 products, except for bundles. So definitely check them out. They have super high quality gel polishes, and I think they're priced very reasonably. So I'll have the link in my description box if you are interested. So because all the nails will be French tips, I'm going to be applying a nude color first. This is one of my favorite nude gel polishes. If you know, you know. It is Creme de la Femme from Gelish. This is such a pretty color. It goes well with so many different skin tones, a bunch of different colorways as far as designs. It also adds a ton of structure to the nail, making them feel so much more durable and just like quality press-on nails instead of like super flimsy. So I love this gel polish. I will be applying 2 coats of this nude polish. I'm actually about to run out, so I need to go back to Sally's and grab a new one. You can also purchase it on Amazon. I'll have it linked on my Amazon storefront, but I normally just pick it up from my local Sally Beauty. They always have it. Well, most of the time. I'd be so mad when I go there and this color specifically is out of stock. I'm like, dang, I gotta order it. But yeah, I actually want to find a local nail supply shop. I just moved back to Pennsylvania, if you've been following me, and I miss going to actual nail supply. When I lived in Virginia, actually, there was a ton in my area, like at least 4 different supply shops, literally just for nails. It's mostly for businesses, like you can buy things in bulk, but I would find the best little charms there and like things at a super affordable price. I miss Virginia so much. I always talk about moving back to Northern Virginia, specifically like the Arlington, Alexandria area. Like I just feel so connected to that place, and I have to make it back there one day. I think it's a wonderful place to live, to raise your kids, to find work. It's super expensive though, that's the problem. As far as like buying a home and stuff, that's the only reason we really haven't gone back, because I'm not trying to live in a shack for 500K. Okay, so this is the nail design that I came up with. Hopefully it's showing up good on camera, but I went with a little floral, a little croc design, and then this little 90s nail. I'm debating if I should add something here or just keep it plain. Let's get into how I did this. I'm gonna start with this color called Dragon Claw. It's gonna be the color I use for all the French tips. I'm placing it down on my little nail plate, and then I'm gonna use a nail art brush. I was really struggling to figure out what I wanted to do, to be honest. This is not my favorite design, but I think it's pretty cute, so I'm just gonna roll with it. If not, I would literally be here for hours and hours, or days even. Like I always do that. I start something, I don't like it, I come back the next day, still don't like it, and then a week goes by and I'm still filming like the same video. Okay, so for the French tip, I'm gonna be doing my super easy, beginner friendly curved T method is what I call it. But basically you're just gonna put a line down the middle of how high you want the French tip to be. So I think right about here will be good for me, and then I'm just gonna drag that down. Doesn't have to be perfect because obviously it's going to be filled in. And then we're going to make a curved line to the right and a curved line to the left. So curve it to the left or to the right. And honestly, this is so much easier if you have a longer brush, but mine is really messed up right now. So I need to get my hands on some new ones. I don't know what happened during the move, but they got like super dried out and like crusty and hard. I don't know, I didn't like clean them off properly. But there we go. That usually gives me a pretty good foundation for my French tips. I'm just gonna fix up this line a little bit to make it a little more even. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna go ahead with that same brush and fill it in. You could use the brush that comes with the polish, it'll be quicker, but I feel like doing it this way allows you to just do one coat and gets it really opaque. I kind of just like stripe it to fill it in, if that makes sense. I actually really like this color. It's a little darker than I imagined, but it's like a really cool greenish gray color. I'm not a huge fan of like dark colors on my nails. I feel like they make my hands look stubbier than they already are. So that's why I opted to do the French tip with these colors, just because I need that like nude base. Also, if you have too much polish on your nail tip, you should wipe it off just like that before you cure it. so that it's not like built up on the side of your nail. Do that to both sides because that was kind of a lot of polish. Okay, and then I'm gonna cure this for 60 seconds. Okay, so now that I have my French tips drawn on, let's start with the most complicated design of this nail set, which is this flower. It's like a clover flower. I've done this before on another set, but I added a few more details to the middle. So starting with my French tip nail, first thing we're gonna need is actually some blooming gel. I'm going to apply a super thin layer of this only to the nude part of the nail. I don't wanna add it anywhere else just because I don't wanna add any extra bulkiness or anything. So just applying it to the nude area. It is okay if it like overlaps a little bit, but it's just unnecessary to put it anywhere that you're not gonna need it. Actually, I should have done this before I did that, but I'm also going to be using this color from Nail Reserve, Take a Sip, as the flower color, and I'm just going to put a dab of that on my nail plate here and use a nail art brush for this. So this is the brush I'm going to be using. This is a 7mm brush. I'm just going to dab into that. I'm just going to dab into that cranberry color, and then for the flower, it's almost like a clover to me, but I'm just gonna do a dot and drag to the center and repeat that 4 times. So dot and drag to the center, dot, drag to the center, dot and drag to the center, and then the blooming gel is really what's gonna do the work for you. I also like to add a little like streak just to add to like the detail of the flower. I add one little line between each clover petal, and that is what I'm left with. It literally does not have to be perfect as I try to fix that, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna cure this as it is. I'm also going to be doing that same design on my thumbnail, so repeating that same process with the blooming gel on the nude area. Like I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. Now that this is cured, for the center of the flower, I'm going to use this black polish from Nail Reserve. I'll be using this same 7mm brush that I just used, just because I want this to be super fine. So I'm just going to clean this off, and then I dab into the black, and then I'm going to start in the center and kind of flick outwards. I kind of want this to look spiky almost. Now we're gonna do the same thing again on the thumbnail. Now I'm gonna take that white polish from Nail Reserve, and we're gonna add a little more detail to the center of the flower just by doing tiny little dots. So this is like officially the first nail video I'm filming in my new space, and I'm really trying to get back into being more consistent with the nail content. So I'm already trying to think of holiday designs for Christmas. So if you guys want to see anything on my channel, or even like go into more detail about certain techniques or certain things on just how to make press-on nails in general, definitely let me know. For this next nail, it's going to be just a little kind of like crocodile animal print design. I'm going to be using the blooming gel, but this time I'm only putting it on the green part of the nail, so the same blooming gel. And then with that same brush, but I did clean off the white polish, I'm going to go in with the black polish and just do little horizontal lines to create the croc effect. And you don't want to do them too close together because they will spread with the blooming gel, so you don't want it to look like completely covered in black. You want the green to still pop through. They do not look the same, but you know what? It's all good. I really like the way that that looks either way. For the pointer finger, we're gonna do a little 90s design. I don't even know what else to call this, but it's basically just the little line art with some dots. Super simple. Depending on how you like your lines to look, it could be difficult to achieve the look you're going for, I guess you could say. Like, to be honest, I think that's a little too thick, so I'm gonna wipe that off and start again. If you're a beginner, don't be afraid to start again. Not everything's gonna come out perfect the very first time, but I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of a longer brush. This is 9mm, and see if that helps me out. A lot of this is like trial and error. And also, I have a belief that no nail design is too difficult as long as you have patience and a steady hand. So if there's ever something you see that you're like, oh my God, I wanna do that, but I don't think I can, I promise you, if you just put your mind to it, have a little patience and make sure you're not sipping on coffee while you're doing your nails. I'm sure you can achieve the look you're going for. When I first started nails, I would literally sit here for like 6 hours doing them. When I used to do gel X nails, oh my gosh. Now it's obviously kind of hard for me to do that because I have a whole child to take care of, and I really only get to do these videos on his nap time. But for the little dots, I'm just using the end of the brush. So it's a perfect size, and I'm just gonna do 2 or 3 random dots around the lines like that. I'll add like 1 over here, and then we'll do like 2 on this side, and maybe 1 up here, and maybe another one because that kind of seems random, like almost too random. Maybe 3. I don't know, but that is good. I'm going to go ahead and cure that. Okay, so here are what the nails look like so far. I was debating to do anything on the pinky nail, but I think I'm just gonna keep it plain. Like, you can never go wrong with just a simple French, and I don't want to overwhelm the look of these nails. I feel like there's a lot going on already, so I'm gonna go ahead and top coat these. This is like the best part of doing your nails. It's like the most satisfying because you just see everything come together. A good amount of top coat, it kind of conceals any little imperfections, so just pulls everything together really nicely. Make sure you get the sides of the nails, and always wipe away if you've applied too much. My camera ended up dying, but here are what the nails look like after applying the top coat and curing for 60 seconds.